I was gonna say you have really good enablers with the Grimstroke right now, in the form of the Inkswell, because Wraith King goes Blink Dagger, Queen of Pain has a Blink, Spirit Breaker just charges in. You do have a little
10
bit of
seconds
counterplay
remaining.
into the Spirit Breaker in the form of the Mars, just because Arena is very good. You have the
5 seconds.
God's Rebuke and the Spear that both stop it. He can naturally build the Yule Scepter, so it's not like you don't have an answer to the Spirit Breaker, but the Grimstroke makes it that much harder. And here is the ultimate answer to the Spirit Breaker, the Dark Willow. So this
We
is
have
my favorite pick against it.
barely we have barely seen this counter to the Spirit Breaker picked up in the NARSA region, my man. At least I haven't seen it for any of the games that I've been covering,
I would
but
say
it is super good.
it is. I
Hmm?
think more often than not, the
10
reason we don't see it
seconds
though is
remaining.
because a lot of times both supports are picked by the time the Spirit Breaker comes out.
5
Yeah.
seconds
Because it's not like
remaining.
you first pick the Spirit Breaker, but a lot of times we'll see both supports grabbed, and this is one of those scenarios where you get to pick the Dark Willow. Bramble Maze is an absolute nightmare to play into.
Mhm. Yeah, so
So
for anyone's curious about why it is such a good counter to the Spirit Breaker, not only is the hero a natural builder of a Yule Scepter, which you drop on Spirit Breakers, he charges it, and it applies instantly. It dispels his
10
empowering.
seconds.
bulldoze.
I keep on saying empowering haste. I'm a
5
boomer, man.
seconds.
It dispels his bulldoze instantly, so he no longer gives a status resistance ever throwing him up in the air for 2.5 seconds. And of course, the Bramble Maze being dropped on the ground will almost always interrupt the Spirit Breaker charging into a team fight just by placing it almost anywhere.
Yep.
So as long as you're conscious of the hero coming out or towards you, the Bramble Maze will almost always be a solution.
Curse Crown Shard
Unfortunately,
is also super sick.
yeah, it is.
4 extra
Uh,
brambles. Big. It has some of the best upgrades in the game in terms of talents, in my opinion. Increasing the
Reconstruct
AoE and the
directive.
stun duration. It is so dang good.
yeah.
So if you don't have a dispel for it, it makes it that much more difficult. And they don't have any form of dispel on the side of the cut to deal with the Curse Crown. So we're gonna see
Mhm.
the last pick coming
Well,
out
they
for
do
the
have
cut. They get rid of the Legion Commander. That was gonna be your dispel from the off lane, which is now
10
gone.
seconds
just one
remaining.
dispel.
The Shard from Grimstroke.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
seconds.
it's a little slow though. It is a little slow.
Yeah, it does take a moment to come out. Linksville has to activate first. Um, hmm.
I like the
Last
Medusa
piece coming
ban.
out.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
the Medusa ban is pretty good. They need something that's able to do a lot of damage at scale into the late game. I mean, Dark Willow can do solid chunk of damage. So can Kunkka, but you're playing into Spirit Breaker and Wraith King, tanky strength heroes. You need somebody who's able to kind of hold their ground and survive being run at, uh, while being able to stand there and pump out a lot of damage. Do
I
you think
imagine. Oh, go ahead.
an illusion hero is worth taking here? Do you think they do too good of a
5
job at clearing it
seconds.
up? Been out the Lena.
The lead is actually an interesting ban. I was not expecting that. Okay, it's kind of like a safety pick or a safety ban because they could still flex the Kunkka to the safe lane.
Hmm.
The Phantom Lancer's still in the pool, as well as the Morphling. So those are things that, like Morphling specifically, is something Lumiere loves to play.
10
So we might be seeing his
seconds.
Morphling once again. But I'm not
5
sure if that's
seconds
the route
remaining.
he wants to go. You are into Queen of Pain who can build an Orchid, also the Shard, as well as the Silence from Grimstroke. So there are ways of dealing with the hero, but they might just take Kunkka safe lane and then grab a new mid hero here to try and play up against the Queen of Pain.
Yeah. They need a position 3 now. Tidehunter's still in the pool. I think they should probably just get rid of that one.
Tidehunter is definitely not
Decent against
bad.
the Bane.
It's definitely not bad. Yeah, they need to get rid of the Legion for sure. They get rid of the OD. Okay. I'm okay with this. I think the OD off lane is very strong, and if they're going for the Morphling, which would make a lot of sense now with the OD ban,
Excuse me.
makes things difficult for the cut.
Hmm. Yeah.
10
I think they probably take a
seconds to
Tidehunter here.
activate.
No, they
Disruptor.
don't.
Off lane
It's going
Spirit
to be
Breaker.
his Spear Breaker position 3. They grab a Disruptor. Last here. So you're thinking it's going to be a safe lane or a mid lane Kunkka right now? Or do you think it's still up in the air?
I think it's up
Thinking
in
it's
the air
over for this
now. I
Kunkka?
think they wanted the Morphling. It's a
10
lot more difficult now
seconds
with the
remaining.
Disruptor pick. So I'm not
Mhm.
sure if they're going to go for that, but
5
it's still definitely
seconds
something that they're
remaining.
thinking about. You
Okay.
can flex the Kunkka either way here. I think it's fine. It's not
Yeah.
that bad into the Queen of Pain. It's fine into Spirit Breaker.
How do you feel about an anti-mage here?
It's rough still, actually. Disruptor is so good against Anti-Mage.
I am completely out of the
Lifestealer.
question. Okay, Lifestealer.
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
makes
it's
sense.
a hero that if they make a dark portrait of, it's not amazing. Just because I think that you don't get the feast on the illusion,
No, you don't.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get the Actually, yeah, you do get the benefit from attack speed, don't you? Pretty
Yeah.
sure you do. You
Yeah,
get
you
Ghoul
do.
Frenzy. Yeah. So you get the Ghoul Frenzy from that. Your already magic means the rage doesn't really matter. Um, but the hero stack growth rate isn't very good either. So the illusion isn't going to do a ton of damage. Usually you build like streak damage items that have stats on the lifestealer as well. It's the agility heroes and I think the Wraith thing that are just make super strong illusions with the Grimstroke. So it's able to play into a lot of these heroes, stand its ground against tanky strength, like Spirit Breaker and Wraith King. Able to dispel a lot of kit there from Queen of Pain. You're worried about an early Orchid coming up from these people or getting jumped by Spirit Breaker getting on top of you, then Disruptive being able to drop a Static Storm before you can get your Rage off. But I don't mind it for this game, even though I'm normally against Lifestealer.
I think this game, it's fine. You need to have a carry that's like safe against the Grimstroke, or I'm sorry, against the Disruptor Grimstroke, and it actually scales pretty well overall against the cores. So I think it's going to work out. Whether or not it's enough to actually give them the victory is going to be hard for me to say. I do really like the Cuts draft here, what they've got going for them. All right, Nev, who do you think? Infamous or the Cut here? Game number 1.
I am going to have to go with. I'm gonna go with Infamous. I'm normally pretty anti-Lifestealer, but this game I feel like it's pretty good against a lot of these heroes. The support duo I think is going to be a little bit underwhelming. As good as Grimstroke is with the Spirit Breaker and Wraith King, Queen of Pain, I think they're gonna do a decent job at jumping these heroes on the back line. I don't even know who that is dropping that line.
I don't know who that is either. A lot of laughing.
Edom seems to like that line though. He drops it a lot. By the way, I saw somebody asking, do you normally stand during the draft? I can't actually see your camera.
Yeah, every single time.
Really? Do you have a standing desk?
Yeah, I have a motorized desk. Oh,
Weird for you to flex on the viewers like
you
that.
You get a
but
mansion,
whatever.
I get a standing desk, and suddenly I'm the bad guy?
That's exactly right.
Okay. I can't
I
have
deserve
one
nice
nice
things.
thing in my life.
No.
No, I did. I bought this desk years ago for my regular job that I used to work 8 to 5, which I now only work 8 to noon. And I spend way more time casting and streaming, so I just swapped my desks. Now I have my fancy desk in my gaming setup.
You think? All right. So you work. You have the option of like sitting down at your desk and standing, and you chose standing.
Yes, I stand during all the drafts. All of like anytime that like my face is on screen, like before games and stuff, I'm always standing.
I wish it wasn't. I got him.
That's all right. I got the talent, you got the looks. It's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Mid lane, Kits and Alone going head to head. They're just bashing each other's skulls in, but Kits now has Dagger since he hits level 2. And this is the start we like to see out of the Queen of Pain. Just a lot of harassment damage coming out from that, but beautiful torrent there from Alone.
Yep. You might have been able to go in for like a single right click onto the Queen of Pain there, but Quap does have the Fairy Fire, so he wouldn't have been able to finish him off.
That was a nice creep bagger there from Kits.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, mid lane, pretty good for the Queen of Pain, as expected. Let's take a look at the other ones, though. We got DNM on the Spirit Breaker. We saw him play Broodmother quite a bit recently. He actually popped off on these heroes. He's been definitely a standout player for the Cut this tournament. He's going to be going up against the Lifestealer lane, which, you know, a little bit rough for the Lifestealer, probably the first couple levels, but that's just how Lifestealer is, right? Once you get to like level 3, 4, 5, 6 especially, this hero just doesn't care. He can just lane against anything.
Yeah, you got a lot of life to steal. He probably wants to put a point into Rage fairly early on. I mean, he would love to put a point into Feast right now. The only issue is if they run him with Inkswell, he's just dead if he doesn't have Rage.
One. Definitely primed
So
that one.
Yeah, he's always gonna hold his rage for when he's gone on by Inkswell and block a stroke of fate as well. Otherwise, he'll just die to the spear
Ooh,
for a
Michael,
Grimstroke
he
combo.
might have caught Pingu. Double Bramble plus the spear. Sacred gets him. Really nice place on those Brambles. Michael tips Sacred like, thanks, bud. I had it, but cool. Yeah. It's all yours.
Don't worry about it, friend. Smile. Orb of Venom coming out right now for the Mars. So he's just going to look at as beating down these heroes in this lane. Still, 300 gold, or God, yeah, 300 gold away from this Hum of the Iron Will now. Plus, Curry has to take the time to ferry out to him. So until then, Michael and Sacred are going to give Scourge Deck a pretty tough time. Right, back over to the mid. Oh.
You can see he's been playing custom games, working on that fancy footwork. A lot of Aghanim Labyrinth, probably dodging traps and stuff, I would guess.
Yeah. I should play more custom games.
Inherent nerf to Dark Willow, obviously. People learned how to dodge stuff. we refer to those as side nerfs, in case it's an industry term. I don't know if you know about that.
Side nerfs, got it.
Yeah. It's not a direct nerf, typically a side nerf, you know.
Train everybody and playing against the hero. Bane.
Ooh, yeah, that is a lot of damage. DNM, if he gets a bash, might be able to find the kill, but unable to do so.
Yep, Giant's in trouble
Lumiere
now.
is just going to chase down Giant. He's got boots, plus the Ghoul Frenzy, and that Orb of Venom. Nicely done, DNM.
Yeah. 6 seconds until another Inkswell. He might just choose to run an Affliction if he comes back lane. Nah, he salves up, so Affliction is going to be just fine. Sacred dropping pretty low down the bottom lane, but looks like everybody is going to get back.
Yeah, everyone's dropping low. These side lanes, man. We're going to see another kill soon. I can feel it.
Yeah. Lone going to commit on to Kits here. I think Kits just stands his ground and tries to fight, though.
Kits just dumps damage back. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mars goes down to Pingu. All right, can we just get some clappas for this Observer? This guy's owning. I don't know who it is, but doing a pretty good job.
Man is just built different. Jerry, I'm very proud of you and your work.
He's going to get a cookie tonight.
Huh? A cookie moment.
Cookie moment. Mid lane, Kits dealing with alone. A little bit difficult. He just went back to base, got his bracer, regened up some. He is underneath the tower. He's taking a lot of damage. The cleave comes through. He gets the kill. Okay. That's a well played.
Absolutely played there. And I think in the middle of the cast animation for another dagger throw out and didn't pop his fairy fire. Might have been able to survive that if he did. And, you know,
if he just fortified the creeps, he lives. That's the thing. Like, no. He could have, but they was on cooldown, right? You can't do it until the 5-minute mark.
You still take damage.
Are you sure? They take.
Yeah.
You still cleave off of 40?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that was not a thing.
I'm almost certain. I could be mistaken. I know armor doesn't factor in. It's not like what's the word I'm looking for here? The damage you do is unaffected by the amount of armor the main target has, and I'm pretty sure Fortified just acts it like they've invulnerable levels of armor.
Ooh, bottom lane here, Scourge. He's fine. Okay. Oh, top lane though, Affliction goes down. Rotation in from Alone though. X into both. DNM. Super dead. Nice rotation there from Alone, punishing that overextension. Now has the 4th point in Tidebringer, and he's off to a fantastic start here.
Yes, he is. Kits needs some sort of recovery, though. I mean, he was doing pretty solid before he ended up giving up that kill off of the Kunkka. He has himself an Arcane Rune. He is holding a point right now for his level 6. Hasn't put a point into Sonic Wave yet. Kunkka's just sitting at like full HP, though, and has double Bracer and a Magic Stick.
Yep, this is how Kunkka works. What a hero.
Yeah, he's just too tanky for Kits to be able to, like, outplay, harass, and bring down.
SMD here, bottom lane against Sacred. Sacred's doing fantastic once again. I feel like we've just seen Mars have incredible lanes over and over and over. And closing in on level 6. Once you have that, you definitely have the kill threat up onto the Wraith King. Sometimes you see Mars go for an armlet just to try and get that early kill, but this game, Sacred holding off on that for the moment. Got those phase boots delivered, stuck inside the kinetic field. Nice spear, making some space. Pingu, no points in Glimpse yet, though, so no way of actually finding the kill.
All right, Pingu can't afford boots yet at 7 minutes in the game, but what he will buy is wind lace. So he's going to get himself some shoelaces, which will help him move a little bit faster. We're
Shoelaces are
looking
going to
good
look real nice once he puts them on some shoes.
Yeah, once he can afford the shoes, that is. We'll get there. Alone is just sitting in the mid lane here, right in front of Giant. They know they can't do a goddamn thing about this Kunkka Kets. I mean, if he tries to commit forward, I'm pretty sure he just dies. He's got raindrops to try to negate some of the damage if he there's a combo with the X-Tor and Boat, but he has to play this so safe even with Giant sitting behind him. At the very least, he rolls pretty lucky, gets a 50-50 on the rune.
Yeah, there you go. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Top lane Lifestealer having a fantastic time as well. Has the Orb of Corrosion completed on the way to his armlet. Meanwhile, DNM just hitting level 6, so Nether Strike is online. We could probably see the Spirit Breaker start rotating a little bit, but Lumiere is just way too strong on the Lifestealer. They just do not have kill threat on this guy.
No.
Unless you, like, triple bash him, right? You have to get very lucky. They're going to go for it. Yeah, there's bash number 1. Inkswell catches him, but again, he's out. Bottom lane, Spirit Arena going to catch the Wraith King. Reincarnation already spent on this thanks to Alone's rotation, and SMD, he is dead. Alone looking for more. Does he get the X? He does, just barely with that extra vision. Going to pull him right into the Bramble, as well as a Spear, and this should be another kill going their way. Double kill for Sacred on the Mars.
Did he just steal both of those?
Yeah, that's what Mars does.
God's Rebuke applies a slow, you know. It doesn't need to be used as a finishing move.
Yeah, but it looks so cool when it does.
Yeah, that's true. Pingu gets caught out by the Bane here in the mid lane. I'm not sure. Hold on, he's got 6 stick charges. Yeah, he's gonna be okay.
So bottom tower gonna go down. They're trying to push top tower here. Gonna take them a moment, but they will eventually get it. The problem is Infamous has already made their way mid, and they really want to start applying a pressure here as well. So, well, maybe not. They're thinking about it. All right, 1-for-1 trade on the tier 1 on the tier 1s. Dude, Lumiere is just so safe on this Lifestealer. He's just farming so aggressively.
Kunkka was as well, just in front of the 2 supports, not having a care in the world. They don't have damage to bring down these heroes yet.
Ooh, that is a lot of creeps. Kits, Invis here on the backside. They had a ward to actually scout him, and Alone's going to be able to get the vision just in time to do so. And X right into the boat, the Bramble there as well. Kits finally blinking down to the low ground. Curse Crown will hit, but he's going to be just fine. Wonder if he's going to go in and just Sonic Wave the hard camp. He's not.
That would be absolutely insane. He's not going to do that.
It'd be funny, though.
It would be funny.
Meanwhile, Alone just farming up so much thanks to these stacks.
Is he going to commit onto this one? He gets speared back immediately. Bulldoze gets it off him slightly faster, though. 2K net worth advantage so far here into 11 minutes in the game.
SMT top lane is in trouble. They've got the Fiend's Grip, and he doesn't have Reincarnation, so farming just a little bit too far forward. You're going to lose the Wraith King. They actually smoke up on 3. The cut want to try and get aggressive. You don't have Soulbind yet. 11 minutes into the game here. Grimstroke's still level 5.
Yeah. Pengu is level 6, though. The question is if they have enough damage to actually kill the Kunkka here. It's got 12 wand charges. I think it's 1500 HP at the moment. Yeah. Man is very tanky, and all he gets hard is he's going for his first real item is the BKB.
Oh, they find Affliction top. Silence is going to come out. Giant able to toss that over, and the Inkswell, plenty of damage and Scream of Pain. So they finally get themselves a kill. Ends up going the way of Pingu, but it's only the 5-position Bane, so it's not that big of a deal here for the side of Infamous. They are perfectly fine farming on their other heroes.
I mean, it's barely even worth going for if his heroes are farming elsewhere on the map. Life Stealer's getting closer to his armlet. Kunkka's getting closer to this BKB. Once these things are done, they're going to start to play a little bit more aggressive instead of Infamous.
Mars 60 gold away from his blink as well.
Double smoke, blink dagger now completed, so all these item timings coming in the same time, and they're going to make a rotation here to the mid lane. Dude, they're just going to melt when Infamous starts to put the pressure on.
Alone back into the mid lane. Fortification comes out just to keep these creeps alive, and they will be able to take the tier 1 tower. No one able to defend on the side of the cut. Things looking very good. It's all coming up Infamous right now.
Yeah. Sacred's gonna wait a moment for the Helm of Iron Will to come. Armlet completed, blink dagger's done. Only thing that you don't have is, there it is, BKB. He now has the money for it on Alone.
Expo Torrent and a big crit there from Kunkka, stuck inside the bramble. He can't go anywhere, and there's the arena. He finds 2. It's going to be Pingu. Able to hold the Willow down for a moment, and the charge from DNM will connect, but he just goes right into the hands of 4. Huge Sonic Wave from Kits, but they're all still sitting pretty healthy. DNM Nether Strike does find the Bane, but SMD, Reincarnation, he's dead. Fiend's Grip on the backs. Well, he's just armlet toggling, but he still falls. The Fiend's Grip, of course, able to take... Oh, brings Kit super low, but he gets the blink in just a moment if he can't escape. No mana to TP, though. Oh, he does now. Is he actually out? Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah. Sacred tried to go for the Gods of Beak at the end there. And they do end up TPing a couple heroes in, but I'm pretty sure these guys all just melt a Lifesteal if he turns around and finds them. Speaking of being found, Alone finds Pingu, but doesn't end up connecting onto him with that first Tidebringer. BKB is coming out onto him now as well. He had it before that team fight. I didn't really find a ton there. I just didn't get on top of too many heroes at once. They were very spread on the cut, and I kind of mitigated the damage. All right, double damage rune for Kunkka on top of the BKB.
That's pretty big.
I mean, go for it, man. Just invade their jungle, break their towers.
Yeah, DNM not farming very well here on the Spirit Breaker, but I mean, the Wraith King is the one who's really struggling. Bottom of the net worth in terms of the cores, just over 5k net worth at 14 minutes into the game. He's having an abysmal start to this game. He has 3 deaths on a Wraith King at this point. That like never happens. Looking to go for more. Mid lane, he's got no ultimate available. Pingu drops the kinetic field and the static storm, able to do some work, but the spear and arena from Sacred. You got everything you need. Scourge is going to go down anyway. Alone popping that BKB as he chased down Pingu, gets the kill. Nether Strike onto Michael. DNM, he needs a bash to find the kill. It ends up just going the way of Giant. And now Kits linking forward, trying to get aggressive here onto Alone. It would be sick if they can find the kill. Alone. All right, he's not going to go for it. He has a Torrent, though. It connects onto 2. Big crit there from the double damage, and with Lumiere making this rotation over, Inkswell stunning up 2, but he gets the infest, but a big Sonic Wave ends up finishing them both off. Double kill for Kits. Took around just a little bit too long.
Yeah, stunned up, pushed back, and Kunkka never actually ended up getting the hits off there with the double damager, and so the heroes didn't go down. I thought he'd be doing way more in that team fight, but Queen of Pain just ended up hitting too many heroes. That knock up almost managed to secure it for them, but bring it back a little bit now on the side of the cut, and you really did need a couple of those kills on the Queen of Pain as she was starting to fall off, but now almost has her own BKB, only 250 gold off.
Yeah, that's a big win for her, for sure.
And they're going to keep going. They want to keep his aggression up. He's charging bottom right now on DNM. He's got his eyes in the Dark Willow. Probably one of the hardest heroes for you to catch, though.
He's got a Shadow Blade and right into the bramble.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, that's what makes it so difficult. There's not much you can do about it.
Yep. Saw the Spirit Breaker coming off of the Observer Ward. Yeah, right there. Thank you, Jerry.
What a good guy today. He's been a pretty decent job.
Yeah, putting in the work for sure.
Ooh, ward place there. He's gonna see Affliction and an immediate D ward.
Where's his courier going? He's just scouting out potential Observer Wards with this one on Bane.
So DNM sitting bottom here on the Spirit Breaker. He's gonna sit and farm what XP he can. Gets his level 12, so another level 2 Nether Strike is now available. But Alone having the BKB, making it very difficult to find the kill onto the Kunkka. SMD,
Yeah.
he just needs to continue playing on the opposite side of the map as Infamous. He just has not been able to find any items this game. He's got that armlet completed, trying to get to his Blink Dagger or his Desolator desperately.
Yeah, still a pretty long way off. I mean, they're doing good damage to this top tier too. In fact, yeah, Kunkka lone pinging it out now. He's like, shit, guys, the skeletons is catapult, and it's whittling down our tier 2 tower.
They're gonna get it potentially before they get bottoms. With kits coming in as well, yeah. They get the tier 2 top. I mean, that's a big win for the side of the cut. They're actually TPing in the Kunkka, the Bane as well. They find kits. He's got a BKB. Gets stunned up for the moment. There's gonna be the charge. Then they ends up glimpsing him back alone on the backside, just fine. But in comes the rest of the team's huge Sonic Wave. Again, once gonna catch 2 heroes, but ends up pushing him out of the Static Storm. And it's just a matter of time here before they look for more kits. Catches another X, pulled back just in time for Alone to finish him off. DNM will be able to charge away a 2-for-1. Affliction mid lane. Connects with the charge. Scourge McDuck with the crit as well. They end up getting 2-for-2. But you did lose the Queen of Pain, so it's pretty rough. Sacred still has the arena if he wants to go for the play.
Yeah. He realized that the bow was going to come in just a little bit after the torrent ended up connecting with him. And so he did have time to pop the BKB.
He gets bashed. He's dead. One more auto attack. Oh, my goodness. All right, that's a Shadow Blade. Still, and just a little ink swell charge action there.
And a 17% right there. He got hit by 2 greater bashes.
Yeah, well, he the charge bash and then the first auto bash is what it was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 3 auto attacks. One of them ended up being a bash off on him. What can you do? You know?
3K gold lead here for Infamous. I mean, all of this gold, honestly, is just just this Wraith King, man. He has really struggled. But he's starting to come back into the game. A little bit of space being made for him. Opting to go for the Desolator instead of the Blink Dagger. Just wants to be able to do more damage. Farm a little faster, maybe. But yeah, they're looking okay. It's 11-13. This game's very close.
It is.
What are you chuckling at, Neph? What are you reading now?
A funny haha. Don't worry about it. Don't worry of it, Ricky. Are you a RuneScape player?
I mean, I was when I was like 12.
Right, it would be very embarrassing if I, still played that in current day and age, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna find Affliction
Not
here.
me.
Nightmare comes out. And quick charge from DNM. Inkswell to follow. Nether Strike there as well. They should be able to finish off the Bane, right? Yeah, there's the bash. Just a matter of time. Sonic Wave pushing them back, continuing to slow them down. Glimpse gonna pull them right back into the fray. Pingu does get the the Static Storm down. Lifesteal just seemingly not caring. Great Fire Blast comes through, as well as the Inkswell. He's gotta care soon. Lumir, he needs help. He gets the rage off last second. The armlet toggle as well. They're all crumbling on the side of the cut, falling one by one. And now Scourge, the last surviving hero here, but not for long, as they will be able to run him down. Curse Crown coming through, as well as the X. And that is a very sick play from the side of Infamous.
Lumiere armlet toggling through it all. Never gets a chance to turn around on a Lumiere. Throw stand out to him, crit him there on the Wraith King. Just excellent control up onto all these heroes. Queen of Pain, unfortunately, just beat down by this Lifestealer after she ended up going in. All these heroes are too much to deal with now with all this itemization that they have going on. Wraith King now pretty far behind the Lifestealer, sitting at like, God, he's 2,500 net worth behind him right now.
Yeah, he's been rough.
Yeah.
This game was semi-close going into that fight. I mean, we're just talking about a 3,000 gold lead. It is now up to 7,000 after that one. And it's just going to get worse here as Lumiere queuing up that halberd.
For my coffers.
I'm not even sure if it's necessary going for the halberd, but he's going to do it anyway.
You think Scourge McDuck finishes up? No, I'm certain he's gonna get the Desolator first before his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I was talking about that. He decided to pick up the first Mithril Hammer, so definitely gonna finish the Deso.
Yeah, he's got it now. The smoke up now on all these heroes on the side. Infamous. They have all their ultimates up.
Oh, they're going for the
BKB is
wraparound
available as
bottom.
well.
Sacred's got a smoke. They go right into it. Pingu drops the ultimate right away, but really no one to follow this one up. Kit's able to blink down into the trees. He's going to be able to escape, but Giant trying to run. I don't know if that one's going to work. Lumiere in pursuit. Very easy finish for them. DNM hiding under the cover of Invis here. Looks like he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, if they only lose 2 supports, it's not so bad. They make the full rotation of their entire team over down to the bottom lane. If it was closer to the Roche pit, you'd be a little bit more concerned, but you're going to be back up in Disruptor in another couple of seconds here. 15 seconds until Grimstrode's back up, so I don't think they're actually going to be able to take any objectives off of this. So those deaths, as I say, inconsequential.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's and that's my word now.
I see.
Word of the day, anyways.
I like it. Lumiere being charged. He's got a sentry here to protect him. He's going to be able to flop that rage. Affliction goes for the Fiend's Grip right away onto the Wraith King to try and make some space. He's super dead. Alone's just going to go in. He doesn't have much mana to work with. He does have his BKB, though. Backside of the fight, Taker with a real sick arena, finding the Spirit Breaker, trapping this Wraith King inside. There's going to be the Sonic Wave coming through. Glimpse not going to connect. They got the BKBs there to cancel it, and Wraith King, he needs help and fast. Alone gets infested. He is out, just zooming.
Just like that, everybody backs off now. I don't think they'll be able to catch anybody. So with all their ultimates on cooldown for a little while, Infamous, they'll back up, but more than happy to take a fight in another minute or two. You know, that they have committed the Sonic Wave. Oh. Disruptor's actually working on a Blink Dagger as well. Pingu, I think it's just too easy for them to get on top of him in these team fights. He wants to be able to jump from pretty far away.
Mid lane. They found the Queen of Pain. She doesn't have a BKB either, but they actually miss with the stuns. They're going to go ahead and try and turn their attention on Mars, but a big static storm here. Kinetic Field will come through, holding the Lifestealer in place. They jump in for more on Kids. Can he actually finish them off? Terrorize. Going to make some space as now the Mars off onto the backside. He gets the kill, gets the blink. Lumiere really wants to take down Kits. Blink in 3, 2, 1. It's not enough. Charging from DNM, Inkswell. Ink to the Nether Strike. He takes down the Willow. Alone on the front side, though, right into the hands of the Wraith King. He's got a BKB cooling down in 1. In comes the Inkswell as well. Lumiere gonna be able to help just pop him right away. DNM with the charge, looking to take down Affliction. It does connect. The Nightmare does come through, though. Pingu, can he help DNM here? He's just gonna run his body at him. That's how he's gonna help him. Lifestealer just does not care. Fights up into the Wraith King, no problem at all. They buy back on the Queen of Pain, trying to get aggressive here. They're gonna find Affliction. Another charge here from DNM. Nice attempt at the cleave there from Alone. Silenced up on the backside. Giant now in some trouble. The Infest Bomb finally revealed. So they end up taking a lot of kills here. They force buybacks on multiple heroes, and Scourge, he's got no reincarnation. 95 seconds. You're going to need to help him. DNM, he's got a charge, but there's no chance. These two are just doing so much work.
It's just impossible to bring either of them down. They are way too tanky, and they don't seem to have the damage on these heroes on the side of the cut. I mean, look at this last team fight. Lifestealer, 9,400 damage there. Kunkka, 7,700. Everyone else is like barely doing anything. I mean, they're providing disables. It's super hard to work around all these heroes inside the fights. And I don't know. Maybe if your game would, maybe your Wraith had more fun. Maybe your mid lane went a little bit better on the Queen of Pain. You'd be just dishing out enough damage in order to counter out the Lifestealer or the Kunkka, but.
I think part of it is the Wraith King being so underfarmed. Like, he has an entire item behind the Lifestealer, right? He's got a Sanj and Yasha completed. I'm glad he went for this instead of the Halberd. I didn't think it was necessary. He just can do so much more damage with just the Sanj and Yasha. And now he has an Aegis to boot on his way to the Assault Kyros and eventually an Eye of Scotty. We've seen how good that item is on the Lifestealer. You just never get away from him.
Yeah.
You just spend all your time looking at funnies. What's going on here?
I do. I spend my time looking at the funny ha-has. Lifesteal, I'm not sure how they're going to deal with this guy. I'm going to be honest with you, my man. I think that the heroes that they have are pretty bad at dealing with him, too. Again, I'm normally pretty anti-Lifestealer, but I did like Infamous's draft this game. Just because I feel like the supports aren't able to blow him up. And, well, the heroes in general aren't able to blow him up before he gets off a rage.
Well, Kunkka dead bottom, holding that BKB just a little bit too long. They end up TPing in Michael as well. So they're going to find the Dark Willow. Kits needs to be careful. Sacred ends up connecting onto the Wraith King with the Spear. And there's the Infest. He's going to be able to dodge out that Terrorize thanks to the BKB, and Wraith King his second life. Does it even matter? It doesn't look like it. Just beat down so fast, and the Fiend's Grip manages to find Kits on the Queen of Pain. No way to stop it. Curse Crown with the follow-up stun, easily done, and now they even find the Spirit Breaker. Well done by Sacred. Going to go for the charge out, but canceled by the Yules there from Michael. Stuck inside the Bramble Maze. This is what we talk about. Just such an annoying counter, but smart DNM. He held the bulldoze. He anticipated the Yules.
Yeah, and as soon as he comes back down, he charges out as well. Excuse me, just had to sneeze. Disruptor ended up getting out of that one. Took a bounty rune after he got back to base, but everyone on this team melting. Sure, they aren't committing the stuns on the supports anymore, but they just aren't worth it. The Queen of Pain going down right away. The Wraith King, once he's in these team fights, he's in Lifestealer, just runs him down. It'll be easier for him to jump the Dark Willow and the Bane on the backline once he's got his Blink Dagger, but this is taking a super long time to complete.
Dude, they are at such a massive XP disadvantage. Mid lane, Lumiere, chain stunned up once again. The Inkswell combo is there. If they can get the reincarnation, they do. So that's going to be the Aegis claim. Pingu got to get away from this Mars. I don't know if he's going to be able to. DNM stuck next to the Lifestealer, trying to hobble away, but it's not going to happen. Into the base they go. Alone takes down the Disruptor.
Yeah, they've got Fortify available, but they need something to hold them in place, stop them taking away from them. Creep's about to come back in. This will buy them a moment, but they fortified before the Creeps got there.
Yeah, it's a rough fort. It's not going to be what they wanted. They do have Grimstroke to try and clear the way, but a great prediction there from the Kunkka as he ends up catching it with a Torrent. And finish off by the Mars. Buybacks are available from your supporters. You're going to see Kits rejoining the game here, but your Wraith King, I was going to point out, is so low level. He is level 16, which means Reincarnation has a 130-second cooldown. This dude can't fight at all.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be part of these fights either. He's 178 right now. He has had a super rough game. This guy is normally a hero that you're afraid to commit on, but they have not been this entire game on Infamous. Anytime they see Wraith King in these fights, they just jump on him. There's no real consequence doing it either. The supports aren't able to pump out a lot of damage with any big ultimates they get on top of him. Now, again, lackluster damage coming out from positions 4 and the 5. Wraith King isn't super farmed. Queen of Pain basically is just like strictly relying on this ultimate, and I don't know, it feels like DNM is making things happen, but you can only do so much on your pause 3.
That's going to be the Assault Kuros finished up on the Lifestealer, so just becoming that much scarier by the moment. They're going to smoke up here on the side of the cut, head into their triangle. There's already a Ward Sentry placed here, so the vision advantage favoring the side of Infamous. They're going to know about it right away. The charge on the backside, it ends up finding Affliction. Not a bad start. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, holding down Sacred. He's just going to be forced to BKB. They don't manage to take down the Bane. They do with the Sonic Wave, but now in comes Lumiere. He's going to just get his hands right onto the Wraith King, and he needs help. He's picking up like, guys, help me. Backside of the fight, alone, just doing work. DNM falls, unable to really contribute much outside that initial charge. Scourge of Duck pops that reincarnation here. Spirit back from Sacred also finds Kits just shredded under this damage. Charge back in from DNM. Inkswell as well to chain stun them down. Can they actually do it? They're trying to take down the Kunkka. They finally do, but Scourge pays for it with his life. DNM still playing around in this fight. He's got another charge and an Inkswell coming. Maybe they can take down the Mars. They do, so a really good fight here from the cut if they can get out on these last two, and Lumiere will not chase into the base.
They're forced to buy back on 2 heroes. Kunkka did manage to get controlled up that time, but Lifestealer, as long as he's hitting people, healing back up to full, and he's not afraid of the Disruptor and the Spear Breaker by themselves. He's just going to go ahead and whack away at these tier 4s. Hell, DNM
buy
fights
back the
into him.
Grimstroke. He actually needs to be worried about this. The Inkswell, it's going to come any moment. Glimpse coming through. The charge, it's there. If he gets these chain bashes, he could die. He just doesn't care. Whatever. Lumiere, he knows he's strong. He's gotten infested in a few seconds. Rage cooling down as well. Stun number 1 into the Inkswell. He gets the Rage off. Nether Strike, it's cooling off down, but DNM getting chased into the base. He gets the kill. Beyond godlike. That's going to be a dieback.
Yeah.
And there it is, the Infest. He's running right under the towers as in comes this Dark Willow. Surprise! Lumiere gets another kill.
Unless you can stop him from hitting people somehow, he is going to keep healing up. They just do not have the damage to they can't outdo his healing right now.
The only chance is the chain stuns from the Spirit Breaker, but they did not get it. Oh, they managed to find him. The Static Storm in the Kinetic Field, the BKB, but an immediate Fiend's Grip from Affliction. Lifestealer is just healing up through it all. Can he make it out? He gets the Rage. Last second, down to 5 HP. And now
Armlet's
SMD
ugly
goes
too.
down. Doesn't have reincarnation because he is still level. It's still on cooldown from when he was level 16. Oh no. 4 heroes dead, only 1 buyback available. The Lifestealer dancing in the throne, or in the fountain, as the GG finally comes out.
Lumia, the absolute monster. There was no solution for him in this game. Tore apart the lineup on the side of the cut. Lifesteal, even though I'm not normally a fan, ended up being the perfect pick for this match. They just could not chain set him up. They could not out damage the healing he was getting once he was on top of either this Wraith King or this Spirit Breaker. And Infamous, they end up taking another game, making it 3 in a row.
Yep, they're on a roll. Gonna try and make it 4 in a row at this point, but 14-1 performance here from Lumiere. He's had a fantastic day so far. Alone on the Kunkka, also owning. Shout out to Sacred, though. He found some really sick arena plays. They did their absolute best on the cut, but just wasn't enough here in game number 1. Oh, Neph, what's got to change?
I mean, mid lane Kit's going down a single time to the Kunkka. I mean, the very slight misplay. He didn't manage to pop that Fairy Fire because he's mid-cast animation for throwing out that Shadow Strike. Maybe change up your position 4 and your 5. I feel like both of them were a little bit too squishy and didn't do enough damage. It was just way too easy for them to blow these heroes up. And they could never assist as far as either disables or huge like burst damage onto this Lifestealer. Like, yes, Static Storm is super useful ability for catching out like spirit heroes and things like that, but you played this into a Lifestealer and a Kunkka. Same goes for the Grimstroke. The fact that stuns don't come out instantly and it's not a ton of damage makes the hero kind of underwhelming. So support duo, I think, needs to be changed up a little bit. Other than that, I think all the other problems kind of get solved if you do that.
Yep. Right on. All right, everyone. We're going to go to our last break of the evening before we hit our final game of the evening. It's going to be game 2 of Infamous versus the Cut coming up after the break. We'll see you then.